Okay guys, obviously leaving this wreck site here, I shut my truck off at the very bottom of the hill here, and I listened for anybody coming down the hill here, because as you can see, there's absolutely no way I'm going to be able to pull off. I'm basically taking up the whole thing, and if I have to back all the way down to the bottom of the hill with this trailer on, or they have to back up, it could be a real pain. But I am now at a spot where I'm hoping there's a big turnout up here, like the big spot on the top of the hill, where if you are in a large RV, you could actually park up here. Yes, it's far from the lake, and it's a bit of a walk downhill, but I mean, you still can camp at the top here. So at least right now, if somebody saw me come in, if they came in right now and they saw me coming in, holy, I'm spinning. Didn't realize it was that rocky right there. But anyways, yeah, they could pull over, and I'll just fold my mirror in here for a second, and you can definitely see right there that there's a big spot right there. You can turn around, or this person here, if they're coming in, they could turn around now. Obviously, the highway's not that far from here. What a drive, guys, but you definitely want to be paying attention to the road. There's absolutely no shoulders. It drops straight off. It's almost like I'm back in Mexico again. But it sure is stunning. Perfect time of the year too, because all the colors are coming out. Well, she is absolutely raining dogs and cats. Wow. There's no use in me putting the, oh, here. Beautiful. Just crossed the bridge, guys. What a valley. And, anyways, I don't know if you guys ever catch us. Every now and then I'll just say something stupid on my video, seeing if somebody catches it or tries to correct me or something like that, just to let you guys know. But anyways, yeah, there's no use to me putting the camera on and the mirror out there, because probably the lens is probably filled up. I don't want to have my truck full of water here, but it got a lot darker. It's only 1:30 right now. It got a lot darker. She is absolutely coming down right now. There was a section of road back there that was all gravel, and I could see the mud on the fenders of the truck, and my camera for the trailer was just totally gone. But because of this rain, the fenders look nice and white again, and I can see my rear view camera again. So one good thing is I'm getting kind of a car wash, because it is coming down. Ooh, boondocking. Casier Highway is a beautiful drive, and actually the roads are in very, very nice shape. The only issue is there's basically no shoulders, and sometimes you'll come across where, you know, the edge of the asphalt is broken away, because it wasn't that long ago this was all gravel. So just to see asphalt is good, and there, like I said, there's nothing wrong with it. You got to pay attention to the road. A lot of spots are really, really narrow, and you're hoping that you don't meet a tractor trailer or something coming the other way. But anyways, we are coming up to a Petro-Canada, and so I have a quarter of a tank. Fuel here, so we are definitely stopping to fill up. Yeah, because of that tree over there, guys, so we're almost running at 300 now. megabytes download. I don't have to upload anything today, so I'm not worried about that. But 273 it says. So I have zero, like hardly anything above my head here. But I did have a tree over there. I'd rather stay on that side, but this is wide enough for traffic that comes in this way or traffic that comes in this way. So it's not like I'm blocking anybody off. There's a little board there I want to read too. Bell Island rest area. I like reading the history boards. It's pretty cool. Okay guys, just leaving this rest area. It was a perfect spot for the night. The traffic wasn't bad out there. Early this morning, I heard a truck pull in here, but to be expected, I guess. It was nice meeting you. There was a couple in a truck camper. I didn't get a chance to take a picture of it, but nice young couple. They're on their way the opposite direction that I am. So, but it was nice meeting you. I believe his name was Rick. The dog's name was George. Yeah, put you guys there for a second. Just going over to the garbage can here. Yeah, this was a pretty good spot here. Oh, we got somebody coming into the... Nope. Thought they were coming in. So, yeah, we're just going to be heading towards Stewart. Yeah, this was a pretty good rest area for sure. Oh, I forgot to start that thing. Anyways, all right, we're just going to get the block from underneath the jack on the trailer and heading down the road. All right, guys, so I'm just about maybe 50 kilometers from Stewart, but I had to pull over. It's raining right now, so I really want to put the drone up, but I can't. I wish these trees weren't here, but you can see the glacier right up through there. Can you see it? Look at the falls. Look at how gorgeous this is. Okay, that's not too bad right there. Can you see that glacier? How absolutely stunning is that? Oh man, I wish I could put the drone up. Okay guys, if I keep this up, I'll never make it to Stewart. But anyways, I'm gonna wait for these bikes to pass here. And then I'm gonna show you something here. Look at this. I'll find out the name of that glacier right there because I do not know what it is. I wish it wasn't raining. I'd love to take the drone in there and show you guys. Look at that. Look at the hydro lines up there. Can you imagine putting hydro lines across that? My goodness. Look at this. Okay, if you watch this channel for a while, you know I've said about my favorite drives, and I'm gonna stop saying that because every time I come to a new place like this, this becomes my favorite drive. Honestly, I've never actually ever had a drive like this before. Absolutely stunning. I should, this could be the thumbnail. Stunning. Absolutely stunning.
Sundown, you better take care. If I find you been creeping round, not that steady.
Okay guys, we are in the campground here in Stewart. I booked for 2 nights, just because. We're in site 44, and I think I gotta go that way. Whoa, look at these trees. I'm thinking Starlink may not work too good. 42, 41, 42, 43, and there's 44. Oh, maybe. Should be touch and go. 43 and 44 is right there, and there's 45. So the gentleman was mentioning about taking the glacier tour, and they actually pick you up right here at the museum, and he says it's $100, which is pretty cheap when you think about it, and I don't have to take my rig on these roads because I'm sure it won't be the nicest. All right, so I'm just going to get this thing kind of lined up and then go out here and take a walk. I'm gonna have to get my Alaskan slippers out here, guys. Right now I'm in a big mud puddle here, so I don't really want to. I can't get out. I got my sandals on, and that looks like a spot right there. Okay, do up your window, Gage. Wait till you guys see the site and my surroundings, I guess would be the better word for it. It is extremely wet out there, and this is a site here, so I can't see him putting anybody, like, I mean, look at this whole place. So I'm not even sure if I'm going to go much further back here. I just got to kind of check the Starlink here to see what it says. I'm definitely getting my Alaskan slippers out because there's just nothing but water around here. Let's see what Starlink says, because it's all surrounded by trees here. Obstructions, yeah, not bad. Let's do a speed test. Start. We'll try that for now. All right. Today's Sunday, so I don't know what's going to be done around town here. I definitely am going to unhook the trailer. I think. Probably unhook the trailer. Get the electrical hooked up. But like I said, the first thing I got to do is, without getting a wet foot, is get the electrical, or get my slippers on. The Alaskan slippers. So guys, I just got in the trailer and there was water on the floor. So the first thing I'm thinking of is what? That thing has been haunting me, right? No, perfectly dry. I'm like, oh. Then all of a sudden the light bulb went off in my head, which is not the first time, and I know it won't be the last. I fill up a glass of water and then I set it in the fridge, right? Just so it gets nice and cold. Well, it tipped over and ran out of the fridge and ran down on the floor. Now, thank God there wasn't a whole lot left in the glass, maybe a couple inches in the bottom of the cup. So, but I'm also just as happy to find out that everything is still nice and dry up here. So she's all good. All good. Okay, so Alaskan slippers on. I'm gonna get the power turned on, and then we'll go from there. I need a bag. All they have is a 4x4 post that sticks up through the ground. But when I put my surge protector on and everything, I'm gonna put a bag over top of the post so that way the plug and everything stays out of the water. And then we'll, I might have to get the extension out. I'm not sure if it's gonna be long enough. And, oh, that's what I was gonna do before I actually do too much. I want to just to see if I can stream, because I can't see him putting anybody in this little really small spot right beside me here. It's 45. You can see it. You can see the picnic table, but it's only like, if it's 15 feet deep. So if I have to be stuck out a little bit from that spot, then I don't mind. But I'm just going to see if this thing streams, if it is, because once I unhook that trailer, the last thing I want is having to hook it back up to move back, right? So I'm just going to see if there's enough right now to download, or I shouldn't say download, but stream. So I got the news on. Just unhooked the trailer. Gonna go slip over to the local grocery store and see what they got. These sights are pretty damn cool. Now, I looked at the long range, and honestly, it's supposed to rain here for the next like week, if not just longer than a week. So I'm not 100% sure what is in store for us. I was talking to the gentleman about the glacier tour, and he says that it's always weather permitting, and so I'm not really 100% sure if I'm even going to bother with that. There could always be another time, but anyways, we shall see. But yeah, as you can tell, it's still raining. Well, we're definitely going to walk that boardwalk, but I'll be honest, guys, other than the boardwalk, everything is closed because of the sewer backup. So, hater, I could go across the border and you have to check back, but the guy was telling me right now it's getting close to the end of the season too there, so I might have been a month too late, or at least 3 weeks too late. They said it's been raining here solid for 4 days, and the gentleman at the campground, the ladies in the grocery store, and the gentleman at the hotel there, they all told me the same thing. It's gonna be raining like this for the next week and a half. Will not be open for at least 2 more weeks until the pumps have a chance to keep up. And I booked 2 nights here, but I might just, the drive out was gorgeous, don't get me wrong, and I'm gonna, you know, check this boardwalk out tomorrow and stuff, but I may be just after the 2 days heading back out and make my way down towards Prince Rupert. If it's and this is the East Coast, and it's sorry, the East Coast, this is the West Coast, and it's no different than Washington, no different than Vancouver Island. It's all the same thing. At this time of the year, it rains and it doesn't stop. So it is what it is, but let's just go into this other grocery store. So the one I just came from was this one right here, but behind me is another grocery store. So let's just take a quick little walk in and see if I see anything. I won't take the camera with me. Yeah, well, why not? She's a cute old town. Cheap is not the word I would use, though. Definitely cheap is not the word I would use. That was $140 right there. Well, guys, you can definitely tell they've got some rain here. And it's been raining now, they say, for about 4 days, and it looks like it's gonna be raining for another week and a half. But just to show you my luck, everything is closed. So the King Edwards, maybe it is, the local hotel, the sports bar, whatever you want to call it, everything's closed because of the sewer backup. The pumps can't keep up with the water, and so they're closed. The Mexican restaurant, which the gentleman at the campground highly recommended, which is right across the street, it's closed. So it's Sunday, and basically the gas station's open, and that's about all that's open in town here. I did go to the grocery store, like I showed you, and picked up $140 worth of stuff, and there's not a whole lot in there. It was, well, you saw what the coffee was for a box of coffee. $70 for 48 pods. I'm like, how does anybody survive in here? Like, I don't get me wrong, it's not like I can't see it. I mean, you're out in the middle of nowhere, and obviously everything's got to be brought in by truck, but at the same time, wow. So, anyways, it is what it is. Well, back to the campground, I guess. Well, morning, guys. As you can probably tell, it's still, I'm just gonna put this camera up to the ceiling now. Shut this light off here, see if you can see much. It's been pouring all night, but now we got some thunder going on. I don't expect you to see it, but the mountains are over there and you can't even see them because of the low-lying fog / clouds, whatever you want. It's 6:30 in the morning right now. And yesterday I phoned a gentleman that can take you out to the glacier for the tour, and in Hayter. The problem is, he says with weather like this you can't see anything anyways. So I booked for 2 nights here. So yesterday was 1 night, tonight's my 2nd night, and it looks like it's going to rain for the next week and a half. So I'll be honest, I don't think I'm going to be staying here in Stewart. I don't even know if, can you even, let me open this window there, maybe you can get a better sound and a better view, maybe. You can see the water right outside my camper here. There's a puddle. I put a garbage bag over my surge protector at the plug there, so that way she's not getting rained on. But yeah, don't get me wrong, this is an absolute gorgeous place, and before I leave I'll definitely be taking some pictures. But it rained all night last night. It woke me up a couple times, and just about 2 minutes ago I heard a big thunder coming down. So basically it's kind of a washout here. So yeah, that's too bad. I was really hoping to go to the glacier and everything, but I can't even see the mountain, for instance. It's just clouded in or fogged in or whatever you'd like to call it. Anyways, that's too bad. I'm just doing some work on the computer right now. So okay, guys, it's just stopped raining here. Well, it's really not stopped, it just slowed down. But when I talk about how much rain we've gotten here, I mean, look. But look how beautiful this is. So this gentleman now takes you on a tour of the glacier. Now, it's going to be hard to see. It's easy for me, but guys, the mountain's right there, and right now it's all hazed in. I can't tell the difference between the sky and the mountain. And like they say, is the problem is you take this tour and you're kind of up on a ledge looking out at the glacier. Well, that's behind these clouds, so you're kind of wasting your time. But what do you think, guys? Do you think there's just a little bit of water here? It hasn't stopped raining since I got here. I booked this site for 2 nights, so I think I'm just going to, you know, take what I got and just head down the road. But I just had to come up here a little bit and show you this. Look how gorgeous this is. I'm sure it's going to start raining here pour again here in about 15 minutes, which it does. That's what it does. It absolutely comes down and then it stops for 5 minutes and then it comes down again. But look at this. Isn't this absolutely stunning? And it also smells wonderful. Beautiful. And it looks like the trail kind of ends right here. I'm not sure what would make all the trees fall right there, but you can definitely see there's quite a few fallen trees. So I looked at the long range forecast, and basically they say it's going to rain for basically it's 80 to 100% for the next week and a half. So it's not, temperature wise, it's not bad. It's probably, I'm going to say 10 to 12 degrees Celsius. So what's that, 50 to 54? So it's not bad. I have no idea what I'm stepping on. It's all mossy here, but we'll go down this way a little bit. Yeah. There's a spot. We're going to go see if we can get over to that spot right there. It's just probably a rock on its side, but it just looks cool. So a gentleman dropped by the camper there about an hour ago and just saw the, oh, I was going to say that looks like fresh fallen, but it looks like fresh cut. Saw the logo on the camper. They're just over here. You know what, guys? I think we're going to put the Alaskan slippers on. These hikers are supposed to be waterproof, but why have waterproof hikers when you got the Alaskan slippers? Which are definitely made for this. See, that's another good thing about having this trailer. I can go in and out and not have to go in the camper and take mud and everything inside the camper. But, yeah, look at this. So that van right there, that's where, that's where Eric is. He dropped by, he's got a little electric scooter, so he dropped by and said hi. So, hey bud, pleasure meeting you. And yeah, I think we might have got just a little bit of rain out here, but we're definitely just going to check out this spot up here. These are pretty cool campsites though. Hey, imagine backing into here and this is what's around your campsite. How cool is that? That's your backdrop. Very cool. And if your kids are into boats, they can make themselves a little raft and go for a little rafting trip right there. Oh, somebody forgot their glove. Like, not sure all these broken timbers and stuff. Don't know. Anyways, I'll fall through that. Now, how cool is this? Oh, very cool. Oh, absolutely. What's holding this thing up? I guess it's just kind of jammed up there. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Very cool. Okay, that's a big rock. Oh, it's split right there too. It's split right across. Yeah. It's always my biggest fear when you're in a place like this. It's absolutely stunning, but I mean, okay, Jage, try not to slip and get all full of mud here, but I mean, you're camping right here, and then you got this big guy here that you can see this big crack right there, leaning already, all wet now, all the roots disturbed, hanging out all the way up there, right on top of you. Just saying. You know what I'm talking about, right? Look at that guy. It's kind of one thing for them to be standing straight up, but this guy, he's already leaning. All the roots are being all washed away from the soil and everything. That one there would scare me. Yeah, maybe I'll come this way a little bit, guys, and you'll get a better look at that mountain I'm talking about. Can you see through? Can you see through there, guys? I'm gonna try my best here. The top of that mountain is right about up in here, but you can barely see it now. You can see a little bit better halfway down, but I mean, that's what I'm talking about, and that's the that's basically what you're looking at. And then all of a sudden, you know, you pay the guy to go out there to these ice fields, and you don't even get to see the ice fields because of the low clouds or fog or whatever you'd like to call it. So, which, to be quite honest, I didn't think for the end of September we would have this weather here already, but I guess we are in the mountains, so I guess winter is going to come here a little bit earlier than other places. And I was going to say, I was thinking about this last night when I was kind of laying in bed. Do you remember when I was on Vancouver Island and I did that video and I was at Pachina Bay? And do you remember I was sitting on the beach, and that's when I even first mentioned, you know, whether it was a good idea I should have retired or not. That actually was filmed on Halloween. So October the 31st, and it was 32 degrees Celsius, October the 31st. And here we're the 21st of September. So quite a difference. Very, very cool. But it just let up enough for me to go for a walk. I'm not gonna, like I said, I'm not gonna fly the drone like this because it's raining right now. Not hard, but it is raining. But it'll come down, and all of a sudden it'll just come down in buckets for about half hour, and then it eases up again for about 10 minutes, and then it comes right back down again. So I guess the season's almost over. I always kind of giggle when you see signs like this. Pet owners who walk their pets must be responsible for their pets' droppings. You have to actually put a sign up like that to tell people that? Is it my responsibility? But believe it or not, I've seen it. I just came from a campsite, I'm not going to mention which one, which there was two right beside my camper. I had to pick it up because I would have stepped in them sooner or later. They just let their dogs go right beside the camper, so you have to post things, I guess. So this is the tenting area here, you guys. Surprised there's nobody tenting this time of the year, because I know there's a lot of hardy people out there. And because of that, I'll guarantee you there's nobody else here, so you'd be just fine. Just set your tent up underneath here. That's cool, that fuzzy stuff that hangs on the branches, eh? I don't even know what that is. Some kind of moss, I guess. A wheel bearing. Well, there's something you don't see every day. 8-bolt, so a 3/4 ton or a 1 ton. Oh, maybe we should put the camera at it. So that's either a 1 ton or a 3/4 ton hub. Well, there you go. If you're looking for one, guys, there's one here at the campsite. Well, I'm sure when it's dry out, you can walk across there, but that ain't happening now. So there's only 3 of us on this side here. I forgot to ask them what time of the year they actually close up. When's their last day here? Because I would imagine it's coming soon. I could be wrong, but I'm just thinking it'll be coming soon. Oh, the rain is definitely picking up here, guys. She's starting to come down again, so I think we're going to make our way back to the trailer. It was nice to come out for a little bit of a walk. You see the mountains? No, it's still clouded over. If we come up here, you can see this side. So look how high that is, guys. That's right behind my camper. That's the hill that we started to just kind of look up. That's how high it is if I wanted to climb to the top. Yeah, that ain't happening. That ain't happening. Well, I'll tell you, I'm sure glad I have these Alaskan slippers. I've had, obviously being on the farm and stuff, lots of rubber boots. You know, the cheap rubber boots. I've never had a pair of rubber boots that fit like this and feel like these. I think that's why they call them Alaskan slippers. If you've never had a pair, those who know. But if you've never had a pair and you put one on, you're like, these are not rubber boots, because they form around your foot and they feel very, very comfortable. That is so very cool. Yeah, so there's the truck camper right there. And if you look up, way up, you can see the top of the hill right there. Well, good news. So far, there's no leaks in the camper, so that's always a wonderful thing. And for those who have an RV, know exactly what I'm talking about. When you're driving down the highway and you're doing, like, you know, a good pace in a downpour, and then you're sitting for 3 days and it's just non-stop rain, that's always a good sign. It's a good feeling, let's put it that way. Let's take another look up top of that hill there. Oh God, that's cool. Can you see I know I'm not going to be pointing to it, guys. I'm sorry. Right about in there somewhere. Look for like a little waterfalls coming over the edge. That is cool. That's way up there. There's snow up there. I'll be damned. Well, I'm glad I got the duals there for flotation. Well, guys, I'm in Stewart, BC here. Like you know, it's been raining. It's still raining out there now. Anyways, I'm packed up. I'm ready to leave, and guess what? The truck battery is absolutely dead. Again, it's my fault. I left that DC-DC charger switch on for the continuous solenoid, which draws just around an amp, and I've been here for 3 days, and it killed the battery. The problem is the battery voltage went down to 3.5 volts. Now, I have a second battery, which you all know. Basically, all it does, because it's a gas engine, all it does is feed the 12 volts positive to the 7-pin for my trailer. But underneath the cover above it, there's that 100 amp relay. If you watched the videos, you would have saw. I went to put my jumper across those two terminals, and it was almost like a dead short. So I totally disconnected the battery, the main starter battery. And on top of it is a basically a plate with like 6 fuses coming off of it. One that goes to the other battery, and the other ones, I'll be honest, off the top of my head, I don't even know where they go. I'd have to look at it. When I pulled that plate off, and then put the jumper across, everything worked fine. I'm going to call a friend, like you guys know. Freddie, you're about to get a phone call here, buddy. Anyways, I'm just going to throw it past him to see. I tried to put my charger on it, and it just drops the charger down. Now, I don't know whether it's because it's a dead battery and it's taken that much draw to try to charge it, or there's actually a broken cell or something going on inside that battery. So I'm going to give my buddy a call here, Fred, back in Ontario, and you're going to know within about 2.5 seconds what the outcome was. Well, I just got the phone with Freddie there, and yeah, he basically said if your battery's that low, it's going to try to draw a lot of current. And of course, I got a small charger on there. He suggested putting jumper cables from the good battery to the bad battery, and then leave the charger on it and let it sit there for about an hour, and it should actually boost it up for fairly decent. So what I had to do, guys, is I had to pull the relays out. This is the one for the headlights, and this is the one for the horn, because what happened is as soon as I took the plate off and then hooked the wires across and powered up the truck, because the battery was low, it started thinking somebody was trying to break into the truck. So the lights started flashing and the horn started going off. So I pulled both of them off. And then once I had power on for about 10 seconds and unlocked the doors, because before the fob wouldn't work, I unlocked it, went inside, and then pushed the button, not to start it, but just pushed the start button. Then all the displays came on, and then I realized that I could put all this stuff back in, because it now knows that, hey, I used the fob to unlock it. So anyways, I'm going to go put these back in, and then see what the battery's reading right now. I have the charger on there right now, so it's been on there for about a good solid 20 minutes, half an hour. So I'm just kind of curious to take a voltage reading. It was reading around 4 volts, so go out there now and see what it's reading. Well, good news, guys. The battery checks out right now. So this is the top plate here that actually gets bolted on to my main battery. So there's the positive off of my main, and there's the negative on the back there. I had this plate off. I just bolted this on right now, but I had this plate off, and I just had the small charger here. This is the charger, guys, for my lithium batteries. So it only puts out 7 amps tops. So I talked to Freddie there, and he said, yeah, absolutely. He says it's going to spark and all that if the battery's that low. I just checked it before I bolted that back on, and it was sitting at 12.5 volts. So this is the negative here, so I'm just going to put it back on. And the charger is now charging both or connected to both batteries. So I'm just going to there we go. Like I said, so it's charging now both batteries. Let's just do another little test here. If I can prop you up here somehow. I'm holding you with my chin, guys, so if you don't see it, it's not my fault. So right there you can see it's 12, or maybe you can't. Honestly guys, I have no idea what you're seeing. So it's sitting at 12.63 volts. And like I said, that's off there. And then I have a little jumper wire. You saw my little jumper I made with alligator clips. Those two are jumped across there. So basically I'm also not only charging with this charger here, I have the good battery over there coming back across on that 100 amp fuse. Well, one of the 100 amp fuses, I don't know which one it is. One of the 100 amp fuses comes from that battery over there. So it's coming back feeding into this battery here to charge this battery. So I think I'm going to wait for another hour and we should be good to go. But I am going to, next chance I get, so it might be hopefully when I'm on the island, because I'm going to Prince Rupert there, so I'm sure there's a Napa there or something like that. I might just change both batteries. It's a 22. I've killed that battery probably at least 6 times now, mainly because I keep forgetting to shut that thing off, and in my mind, honestly guys, I thought I had it off, and obviously I didn't. But I can put these, I can put the relay back on. Let me get my stool there. I had to pull the relay out. I assume that's what it was, but my buddy there, Fred, he confirmed it. The horn and the lights started flashing because it thought, well, there was no power on the truck. Sorry guys, I know. I almost need a photographer here. Let me get this cover off first. Because the battery was so dead, and as soon as I powered it up, it just assumed that somebody was stealing the truck. So let me get my little spectacles on here. Well, that's good news. That's all it is. So there's the relay, and it's for my headlights, and it was clicking off and on, and the horn was going off. So I just pulled the relay out. So let's just plug this guy back in. And no clicky. It's good news. And the horn is a 15 amp fuse, which goes in that spot right. Okay, 10 thumbs, Louis. You can do it. There we go. So the 15 amp fuse is back in for the horn. The relay's back in for the headlights, and obviously she's not making any sound, so that's a good sign. So yeah, on the bottom of this, it's pretty easy to tell you what each thing does. I was watching a video, and I'm not sure who it was. Oh, it was Jonathan. Anyways, he has a Ford. He pulled the cover off, and there was nothing on the bottom. Was it a Ford or a Toyota? I can't forget now. I have to see the video. But there was no indications on the bottom what everything ran. I'm trying to get the light up here so you guys can actually see it. There was nothing on his, which I thought was kind of strange. I thought everybody put on the bottom of their covers, but I guess not. So yeah, guys, if you don't know this battery here, because it's a gas, it doesn't need this battery to start, or it doesn't use the battery to start. So this 100 amp fuse here, it basically comes from that plate on that side, okay? And this 30 amp fuse goes to the 7-pin that goes to the trailer, and it's for my 12 volts positive going into the trailer. So when I run my lights, my charger, or the battery charge for the brakes, that's where this comes from. And as you can see, it goes in here and out. This is the relay. So once the truck starts, it closes this relay, then it allows the alternator to actually charge, comes back in here and charge this battery. Because when I shut the truck off, this relay shuts off, and as long as I don't leave the lights on in the trailer or anything, well, right now the trailer's not even disconnected, right? I disconnected the truck and I never plugged the umbilical cord back in. This battery's been sitting here doing nothing. So Fred suggested to actually take this battery out and change it. Well, to be honest, this is a 22, and I've actually killed this battery more than once. If you watch that one video where I had my buddy Fred, he worked with me for about 2 hours to figure out this battery. I've killed this battery too, and I would feel better myself having 2 brand new batteries rather than kind of an older one screwed and then the half one screwed. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to replace both of them. Like I said, it's a 22, and I'm in this thing full time, so let's just change both of them. So that's my my plan. Don't need the needle nose anymore. Yeah, I'm just going to leave this jumper cable on here just because I'm just basically using this to charge that battery over there, and that's why it's picking up so fast, is because of this. No, it's cold. Anyways, again, totally my fault. Totally my fault. I left that damn thing on, and I honestly, it's not like I forgot it. It's that I thought I shut it off. So I'm going to go take the socket set and put it on the passenger side seat on a towel, because I don't want to close it up with all the rain water in there. And we'll let that dry out. And I gotta wait to put this cover back on over here. So I'm just going to finish my coffee, guys. I don't need this meter out here anymore. It's already at 12.6 volts. So I just want to let it sit there for at least another hour with the charger on. 2 batteries jump together, and we should be good to go. Anyways, as always, thanks, Freddie. All right, guys, it's been about an hour since I've had the charger on there, and like I said, I jumpered between the 2 batteries with an alligator clip. I went out there when I was done talking to Fred, so it was on there for about 15 minutes, and the main battery was already sitting at 12.5, 12.6 volts. So it's like I said, it's been on there for an hour, so we're gonna call that good for now. The first chance I get, I'll definitely be replacing both batteries. I thought about it probably during the summertime, to be quite honest. This thing is soaking wet. It's just, it hasn't stopped raining here, guys. Gorgeous. But I just picked the wrong time of the year. I'm sure we'll be back. But anyways, yeah, I couldn't, this little mishap couldn't happen at a worse time, because I'm out there in the pouring rain, but we're not going to complain. So I had the, like I said, the charger on there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go out there, start the truck, and then disconnect everything and hook the trailer on, because right now the trailer's not connected to the truck. And then we're going to go to the gas station and then head back up to 37, and then turn right and head south down towards Prince Rupert. Where we end up today, I don't know. Don't know. Make sure everything's all closed up here. That's closed. These 2 are on. Okay, guys, we're gonna go hook up the trailer. All right, guys, let's see. Why is my seat forward? Don't know. All right, guys, let's see if she starts. I think everything's out of the front. There we go. Check the charging. 14, almost 15 volts. Perfect. Now the thing is, I always run on trailer mode, and as soon as I flip it over to trailer mode, you're going to see that my charging system goes off and my transmission temperature comes on. Now the thing is, I wish it wouldn't change. I wish that would stay there. The only reason why, oh yeah, this is what happens too when I lose battery. All my tires say they need air. There, see there. I gotta go through all of them. And your memory, everything. There we go. You know what? I think my seat actually moved, because it said memory position, which I never ever use it. There they are right there. But my seat's forward, which is kind of odd. I didn't know that was going to happen. Anyways, there we go. So anyways, guys, we're going to take the charger off the truck now. And the cord going to the charger still plugged in. My camper is still plugged into 120 volts, 30 amp plug. And then we're going to hook up the trailer. All right, guys, got everything all disconnected. Now we just got to hook up the trailer. As you can see, it still hasn't stopped raining. All right, guys, on the move again. Again, it could always be worse. That's all it was. And it's my fault too. Again, it's not the truck's fault. I left that damn switch on. But anyways, we're on the move. Again, thanks, Freddie. I kind of had in my mind what it was, but the only thing that caught me off guard is that much current. But I guess when the battery's that low, it's like trying to feed a baby bird.
Turn, then turn left.
It's like trying to feed a baby bird or trying to feed a baby hippopotamus. So the hippopotamus wants as much as it can get, and that's what that battery wanted. But it didn't take long. Like I said, I put a jumper cable between the two batteries, and then I also put my little charger on there. And like Fred even said, you got to get yourself a better charger. And I've always said it, but I always think in my mind, for as many times as I need it, and it's a lithium charger, and it takes up zero room, do I want to carry around another thing? I have that portable battery pack plus that charger. I don't know. Anyways, other than that, guys, it's a beautiful campground. I actually forget the name, to be honest. We're just going to stop and grab some fuel and head back up towards 37. Once I get to a drier spot, I'll be taking these boots off because I don't want to drive with these boots on. But as you saw the water around the trailer and everything, I needed these boots. Anyways, like I said, it could always be worse. You mechanics will know this. On my display here, it just said open driver's window, then close it. Then it came up saying open passenger's window, then close it. I did, and now the information, like everything seems to be working fine. And another thing is, when I went to hook up the trailer, I went to put it in drive, and it was like neutral. And I'm like, uh-oh. So it didn't tell me anything. It just wouldn't go anywhere. So I just decided to put the emergency brake on, take the emergency brake off, and all of a sudden it jumped into gear. Obviously, that's another indication of my power outage that I had. That all these computer things, you have to kind of reset everything. So it's just kind of a funny thing. All right, Stewart, BC. It's been a slice. Okay, guys, leaving Stewart, BC, and I think that's going to be it for this video. Hopefully, my next little travels go without a hitch.
What I thought was gone was sitting in my pocket.
So, guys, as always, be good, be kind, be careful. We're going to see you guys down the road. Bye-bye.
I think it's time for me